Can Black Ops 7 be saved? The game's been out a couple weeks, probably closing in on a month by the time you watch this video, and I think we have a solid picture of the state of affairs here. And the state of affairs, well, it's not the best. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Jimmy or Chaos. Today we're going to solve the puzzle. We're going to answer the question, can Black Ops 7 actually be saved? We're already on the timer, the countdown. The hourglass has been turned over. The sand is going down until we get Modern Warfare 4. So today, we need to know if there's anything they can do for the current Call of Duty. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Yes, I read every single comment on every single video. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Man, Battlefield 6, it's completely dominant right now. The community seems completely indifferent towards Black Ops 7, if you ask me. Once again, these are all just my opinions. Don't throw me in the Neuro Cinema and blame truth like bottle or whatever you guys have been doing lately. I'm trying to give the good and the bad, but I'm also trying to be really honest about how I feel about everything. I mean, there's some parallels between the launch of Black Ops 7 and the launch of Modern Warfare 3 2023, so that could mean this game is savable. But a lot of things need to play out a certain way for that to actually happen, and the first one, it's sales. The old dollar bill, the dollar sign, the currency, the thing that drives everything that the shareholders want. Money, 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 money. Sales data has actually come out about the game now. It's not the best. Black Ops 7 is selling 50% slower than Black Ops 6 did. I mean, do we have to argue that COD fatigue is not real or real, right? In Europe, Black Ops 7 sold 63% fewer copies during its launch week than Battlefield 6 did during its launch week. I'm not a historian, and you have to fact check me on this, but I'm pretty confident saying that Call of Duty has always outsold Battlefield on launch week. I don't know where I would be wrong there. I even go back to Infinite Warfare, right? And you're thinking, I think that was Battlefield 1 came out and it was prime Battlefield. They were surging because they got boots on the ground and we got jetpacks and everybody was pissed. But you also, if you wanted Modern Warfare Remastered, you were buying Infinite Warfare. So I don't have it in front of me, but I would go check those sales. But I would probably be pretty confident that Infinite Warfare still outsold the current Battlefield at that time. In Japan, Black Ops 7 had the worst Call of Duty launch in franchise history. In the US, Black Ops 7 is the most played game of its launch week, but Battlefield 6 made more money. So more people have logged on to Black Ops 7 since launch, but there's significantly less copies of the game being sold when compared to Battlefield 6, which means Battlefield 6 has a much stronger long-term audience than Black Ops 7 does. And we did a video the other day talking about Call of Duty versus Battlefield, specifically Black Ops 7 versus Battlefield 6, and then Battlefield 2026 versus Modern Warfare 4. Battlefield's not giving us a game next year. They are all in on Battlefield 6, and they're building their community to play this for a couple years. Not us. We're bouncing back and forth from franchises that have been squeezed until there's literally no drops left in them, right? Okay. Let's move over to Steam chart analysis here. I know, a lot of you have seen it on the internet. You can't go off Steam numbers. Nobody plays Call of Duty on Steam. You got to look at the other stuff, and you got to look at the consoles. Whatever. They're analytics, right? So we're going to go over them. Average peak daily player count is going slightly up. Slightly. It's not losing the community that it had, but it's also not gaining much traction. It is still completely getting spanked by Battlefield. So a slight improvement isn't actually going to help them. And you know what? Console numbers and all that other stuff, if they would give us the numbers, I would share them with you guys. Now the Season 1 update. This is actually kind of funny. Season 1 of Black Ops 7, guess what? It's huge. When I say huge, it is massive. There is going to be one of the biggest, if not biggest, influx of content dropped into a Call of Duty game ever, and there's going to be a lot to do. But here's my question. Why is all this content there? Why wasn't a lot of this content in the game on day one? Now, there's going to definitely be a lot of people jumping in to try Season 1 content, but how many of those people are going to stick around? Yes, it's a lot of new content, but is it fixing any of the core complaints with the game? And the bigger question is, let's put our tinfoil hat on here. Why is it so much? Was it going to be so much? Was Season 1 on the roadmap for them going to be this massive? I tend to think not. I tend to think that they see the sales and they see things not performing like they want. So they've pulled some of Season 2 and Season 3 content and they bundled it into this mega Season 1 to hopefully put a spark on the fire or throw some gasoline on the small flames in there. And maybe that's their launching pad. It's not a bad strategy. I mean, I would probably do that if I was worried and numbers weren't what we wanted and shareholders weren't happy, just take some of the back end content, shove it all into this one big mega bundle, make everybody think every season's going to be like this, which it's not. And then hopefully that kickstarts you, get you going, right? Get you going into the holiday season, into Christmas noobs, which isn't a thing anymore, and then into early next year. Now, earlier, I talked about Modern Warfare 3 parallels. Modern Warfare 3 2023 also launched with lukewarm reception. A lot of hate surrounding the campaign, but it was eventually patched up to be a game that is now seen as the best Warzone era COD. Okay? Now, some people in the community are saying Black Ops 7 could follow in the same footsteps as Modern Warfare 3, with Treyarch pumping out content, listening to the community until the game is as good as it can actually be. It's a nice idea. I just don't really know why it's so hard for the COD devs to just give us a good game on day one now, but that's not just COD, that's every game. I'm not even going to start down the hate train on that. If Black Ops 7 was amazing on launch day, we wouldn't have this conversation because the community would be just as excited about it. The game wouldn't have to be revived if it was really good right out of the gate. Now, I will say this. I mean, multiplayer, there's a lot of people that are really enjoying multiplayer. There is even more people enjoying the zombies experience. The one true bad thing about it is the campaign, which I think most of us can look each other in the eyes, or at least listen to each other over the internet here, and agree the campaign's garbage, it's trash, it sucks, right? But I see a lot of positive feedback about the multiplayer. But then you're going up against fatigue. A lot of people say, hey, the multiplayer is great. If it wasn't back-to-back sandwich with Black Ops 6, people wouldn't be tired of it and fatigued out, and this could actually be a real Call of Duty. So Black Ops 7 and Treyarch and Activision are going up against some things that they just can't control. There's intangibles here that they can't change, and those are some of those, which is probably why you're seeing the lower numbers of the less interest. Not to mention Battlefield 6 is surging, not to mention Arc Raiders, maybe one of those defining games of a half a decade or so. So there's a lot of other factors that are going into this. And then finally, the open matchmaking debate. I mean, I would say it's safe to say the community is extremely frustrated with the matchmaking in Black Ops 7. There's clips going everywhere, and they're viral about the open matchmaking very obviously not being truly open. The Black Ops 7 beta version of open matchmaking was very clearly not the same as the version that's in the game right now while we make this video and talk. It's unacceptable. It is in its own right. Whether or not you think the current version of open matchmaking is okay, that's a different topic for a different video. The reason people are pissed off is because this was a bait and switch. Open matchmaking was teased in the beta as one thing, but now that the game is out, it's something completely different, right? Open matchmaking is clearly functioning differently than it did before, and people have the right to be mad about it. And people have the right to make assumptions that, oh, they gave it to us in the beta how we wanted it, full drip on, right? And then they kind of changed it. Well, in the beta, they're trying to sell copies. Like, yeah, get excited, get pumped, buy this, pre-order, and now you get it and it's something different. That, I'm sorry, but I don't know how else to say it. That's a bait and switch. So as time goes on, more and more tests will be done on open matchmaking. And eventually, there's a lot of really smart people in the COD community. They'll get to the bottom of it and see how manipulated it may or may not be compared to the standard matchmaking. But this is one giant controversy that Treyarch can't shake. They can't get rid of. They can't push behind the curtain. They can't shove away. And they don't need it. I mean, I don't understand why it's so hard for them to just turn off the SBMM completely and let open matchmaking actually be open matchmaking like it was in the beta. I mean, if they're trying to revive the community, which I feel like they are, they need to be, and they're compelled to, this is where you start. This is literally where you start. This is the beginning of the race. Do that, and then work on everything else, and I promise you, you'll at least have a chance to have a semi-successful year on your 7th iteration of this sub-series, this sub-franchise. There you go, guys. Let me know. Is Black Ops 7 able to be saved? I think the short answer is yes. I think the long answer is it's not really about Black Ops 7. There's a lot of other issues here that are going to have to be fixed in the COD cycle, and the mindset of whoever's building the games and whoever's publishing the games, and that's a video for another day. I'll see you soon.